everyone, welcome to Remarkable Boutique Hotels, where we talk about outstanding experiences and everything that leads to them. Today, we'll discuss stars, AAAs, 5 diamonds, and other recognitions in hospitality that are used to place a hotel within certain hotel category, and by doing so, promise specific level of service and quality. Well, at least it's how it worked for some time at the beginning. So why did guests lose trust in those? And why focusing on it is waste of time and money for any boutique hotel? Let's dive in. If you've been here for some time, you noticed I love engineering, and as I see it, there are always at least 2 currents in a well-executed project, or in a well-run system, or 2 building elements. So we can refer to them as hard and soft, structure and story, physical and intangible, programming and troubleshooting, proven approach, and on-the-spot creativity. So when you start from scratch, you're using both your knowledge and creativity, and then wisdom or trial and error to make something that works well. That's something you then call a system or a protocol or standard operating procedures, SOPs. And that's what stars, AAAs, and diamonds are about. These are lists of requirements about facilities and about services in general. And what hotels do is try to meet those by setting up some plans, like following it, practicing it in order to execute up to those standards. And this wouldn't be so wrong if hoteliers didn't forget what was this all about service and quality in a real time, so for a real guest in a particular situation. And who do you serve? Who utilizes those qualities? Guests, right? Did they make those standards? No. Standards are guidelines, not the aim. And what is the aim? Guest experience, a good one, outstanding in fact in today's market, and definitely in a real time. And now some of you might be like, well, this is obvious, of course, what is she talking about? But listen, lots of things get mixed up, and this is crucial for clear, easy, scalable strategies. So standards are useful and necessary. But standards, not recognitions by certifying bodies. That means you should develop your own standards, right? Which include contexts. We'll come to that in a second. So standards help you deliver what you promise every single time without exception, because that is the baseline of your service. You decided what your values are and translated those into standards. In fact, that is already the most important part, and that is knowing what standards you want to commit to, right? You want to choose or create the ones that fit your concept and bring the value for your real guests. And how does this differ from just taking over someone else's standards list and putting all your efforts to meet those? Because already that's not easy. It's usually lots of them, and since they are imposed, unless you have stable inner organization and culture, it will feel like pushing and struggling, and it's not supposed to be hard in that way. So what this approach is missing is huge component, and this is specific context. That includes a real situation, meaning what is really going on at the moment, plus common sense correction, meaning don't ignore your observations, plus specific on-the-spot creativity, meaning going above and beyond for a guest according to hotel's philosophy and guests' needs and wants in general, or at that specific moment. All that you can't find in any standard practices or when joining some hotel association group. They can give you their practices, but they can't bring it to life the way you can and should for your hotel. So the structure or protocol or algorithm without practical and emotional context are nothing more than a program. Robots can do it in one day in future. Even smiling doesn't help when asking all the same questions and not connecting and learning about other human being, a guest, during the process. And unfortunately, it works both ways. Just being creative and providing extraordinary service without any standards won't work and will bring chaos and confusion inside hotel unless you're like, I don't know, 5 rooms villa and you're doing everything and controlling everyone. So standardization makes things easier, clearer. Everyone knows what to do. Your hotel delivers the experience you promise. While specific context, which also includes personalization, helps everyone to be like devoted, motivated. It differentiates your hotel and makes guest experience amazing in a real time for a real person. Recognitions like 5 stars or diamonds or being part of some leading hotel group is supposed to be just like a shorter way of communicating level of service that you provide when a guest is looking for a hotel to stay in. And that's why it was a good idea for industry like in general, but focusing on this is wrong because that will not differentiate you. This will not help you to be picked by a guest searching for a like perfect hotel for their holiday and their lifestyle. But you know what? You know what it will do? It will drain your energy and money while chasing to maintain your stars and diamond status, unless you're like below average quality, and then it's not that difficult, in which case you should finally reinvent your hotel, right? A really important thing here I want to emphasize is that your current action, like whether it's more towards standardization or focusing on specific situation and practicing that, is different for each hotel. For example, there are definitely some hotels who would greatly benefit just from implementing standards and hitting them for each and every guest, and then troubleshooting and enhancing the initial version of the standard. But on the other side, there are hotels who do it so well that that's not even a focus anymore. Like their focus should be how to deliver more, how to be more relevant, how to make a connection and listen better, how to spot specific needs and wants before guests express them. That's all specific context. And you need both sides in order to provide high quality service and outstanding guest experience. And those will guarantee you recommendations, reviews, collaborations, market differentiation, everything that enables you to play more by your rules. So more direct sales, no competition pressure, and so on. So for the end, I would like to mention this inspiring story about a sushi restaurant in Tokyo who used to have 3 Michelin stars for many years. They keep their concept simple, but they do every step of their story on a very, very high level. They search for and buy the best ingredients, find the best ways to cook them, even if it's just rice, like it's not just. They would be doing trial and error to find perfect cooking procedures, right? They don't add new meals to their menu. They don't expand their offer. It's always the same 12 sushi pieces of a day for 10 people at the chef's counter, served all at the same time, one by one. So they had so much demand that they had to close to public, and that's why they've chosen to ditch stars. So the moral of the story is, how can you make your hotel experience crazy simple and incomparable. Made to measure only for your ideal guests. So simple but top-notch quality, things your guests will find astonishingly valuable. For those of you out there who will apply this in your philosophy, there are no enough stars to describe that feeling of a guest who find what they needed and wanted, and not just what everyone else are used to doing. And by the way, this applies to any hotel, from capsule hotels and motels to luxury and extravagant boutique hotels. Make it simple but meaningful. Clean structure paired with memorable story. Standardize and customize. Have high standards which are adapted to the situation and individual guests. Follow procedures but always introduce context. It's the focus and quality which will bring you market recognition beyond any number of stars out there. Until next occasion, have a beautiful experiences, my friends. Thank you for listening. Here at Remarkable Boutique Hotels, we want your hotel to be worth every penny and every second of your guests. Schedule a discovery call to find more about our remarkable methodology, which is unique in the whole hospitality industry. I would love to hear your hotel story. See you there.